Um, let's hop on over to their channel. You want to listen into them talking, right?
Yep, let's go.
Oh, who joined? Yeah, it's ParADisE.
Mm.
I think we ban BB
Ah.
and then we decide on one of the
Yeah,
first
sure.
big supports, like Snapfire or something.
Okay.
What are some good wombo combos? Like you can maybe
I think
Before off
those
use
will
that.
come later into the second phase bans.
Rubik, you're mid, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how to play Puck?
No.
Any of these Spirit Brothers?
Storm. I can play Storm.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Like I can play Storm, Poker, Zeus, Necro.
Poker. Necro is good, yeah.
Also Draw. I can play Draw.
No, don't pick draw mid. It's
That's a
bad.
bit squishy in there. Necro can be a good pick.
But I'm not
really ban it.
I
confident
thought
on
we were
Necro.
memeing, guys.
Which was how you did it.
Pyramid can work. Thompson makes it happen. Like
I
get
mean-
stats and Q.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm
no,
asking.
it's good.
if
It's good.
everyone was Thompson, then yeah, we can.
Draw mid didn't work. Like Thompson into jungle, like that's not the style he plays. He had to jungles early into the game, and like his
But
carry
thank God
suffered.
you're not Thompson, right?
I mean, yeah, sure.
No, no, give
Bruh.
me Draw or Invoker and I can win.
Draw Invoker. Okay, this is not the first pick kind of thing. Okay, we're banning BB, maybe Snapfire or something, and then our first two picks. What will be the first pick? I'm thinking of picking Rubik. I really think so. One support, and I start. What kind of supports should you play? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Ice Frog.
Oh yeah.
I
Sorry.
saw
What's up?
7.
Yeah, what kind of supports do you want to play?
I like to play like support with heals. I've been experimenting with like Lion. My support pool is DM, Dazzle, Ench, Warlock, Lion, a little bit of Ogre,
I think we can
Shadow
start off.
Shaman.
We can start off with Warlock or something. Just
Yeah,
cover the
okay.
bases. BBT, what are you playing?
They go into ban brew, so it's not brew, visage, or Nico.
Okay.
How confident are you to pick one of these heroes in the first phase? Probably the second.
First phase, visage, not really kind of a first phase
You guys
hero.
Huh?
Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy?
Yeah, let's just
Yeah, I think
figure it
we're
out.
ready,
and- yeah, go
Okay.
start.
Okay. Drona, join me in. Join me in like General 1 so we. And actually. Yeah, let's go to General 1 so I can stream it and then you can record it in relative piece. Good luck, guys. I'm starting it now.
Wait, can we
Do
chat
you want
wheel?
to? I don't think so.
Yeah, let me ask. Wait, I need to know.
Hello.
ParADisE. ParADisE?
What?
Can we chat wheel?
Ask
Yeah.
the opponent. You guys discuss overall chat. I'll start the game now.
Okay, let's see. We've got the cheetah with us as well.
Yeah, I'll be streaming the game.
I'm going to see if
Good.
I can join your broadcast channel first. If that doesn't work, I'll join the Discord stream. I mean, I'll capture the Discord stream.
You'll
Capturing the
stream.
game right
Yeah. The broadcast first. Okay, so very evenly matched teams. I think Radiant have played with each other a bit more than Dire. But then Dire has the tier advantage. We have a tier 3 over a tier 2 as a support.
I'd say Radiant is kinda has its own issues, kinda because Brew's been banned.
Well, I just really don't want to see this turn into another Brewmaster game, right?
Oh yeah, seriously. The game
It's like, I mean,
is, like, solo
it's
carry.
really a treat to watch, but at the same time, it's like there's so little the opponents can ever do about it. It seems, and so
It's kind of difficult
You know.
for people for us guys to counter Brew. We kind of don't know how to counter Brew generally.
I struggle to counter Brewmaster. Like if you don't have the heroes for it, it's difficult as heck.
Especially since
'Cause he'll just
after
run you
Axe-
down.
After Axe, he can. I mean, if you do catch him off ever, he can choose
Mhm.
which brew to go back to. That becomes a big deal. Earlier, it
Yes.
used to be that you can kill off. I mean, you can chase down the Earth guy and just stay near him and kill him when he comes back. That can't be done.
It's significantly harder to actually like previously, like the way you deal with Brew is bait out his ult and then disengage, right? But
Yeah.
now with him having two ults, it's basically impossible to catch him without at least one.
On top
So
of
that
this,
makes it incredibly difficult to actually like fight when he's weak, like quote unquote. But even when he's weak, right? Like the typical counter, like if he has his ult, like the typical counter to Brewmaster is like you're supposed to blow him up. But the problem is he has a lot of evasion. He's a naturally like tanky hero. It's not exactly easy either. So
if they don't
definitely
have
one of the harder heroes to deal with.
if you don't have any heroes who have a silence, then it's just not gonna happen. And even silence, he
Mhm.
typically does build Lotus for silences.
Yeah, but that is a significant cost because he has to get his Ags and his Lotus, right?
Yeah. You can kill him.
So if he
with that,
doesn't-
I guess, yeah.
Yep. So unless the brew has a really bad game, and even then a good brew player will make it work, right?
Yeah.
There's so many possibilities with a hero.
Okay. That's a
Okay,
stable of
open it, shop. Nice. It's one of the few heroes Cabbage can play offlane under 200 ping, so
Oh, yeah,
that's gonna be good.
It was really easy to play in lane. Underlord is probably the easiest hero to play in lane. Though.
Underlord. Yeah, probably.
If you have bad
Hmm.
ping, you just need to cast your Q and then you can not be elsewhere.
Yep, and it's easy to last it because you have so much damage. Like, even if it is a little delayed, you just start hitting a little early.
Oh, dude.
It'll work out.
If the enemy support is
Ooh.
a physical damage, I mean, it's a right clicker kind of support, like for instance Shadow Shaman, you can afford to just go for max E and that completely screws the enemy safely. He loses like 1/3 of his base damage and it's just not playable. And you, on the other hand, you get like 60, you constantly have plus 60, plus 50 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Walks up,
Yep.
you hit him in the face and then he shuts up.
Yep. Okay, I'll agree with you. By the way, I'm liking this. Like you typically see in the in the captain's modes where like I haven't really taught them that much. Like most of the students will pick their supports at the start, and then right now it's like bringing some a tear of joy to my eye because like you notice like they're actually alternating. They're picking cores with their supports, and what this lets you do, right, is it lets you free up the other support to counter. Like for instance, in the Dire team, something that would be really good against the Warlock is some kind of dispel, like an Abaddon, an Oracle, maybe. Just something to get rid of like the fatal bonds and the shadow word, which like when it doesn't seem that much on its own, but like if
adds
you
up.
don't ignore it, right, or if you don't adequately build enough dispels for it, it gets really difficult.
Especially once he gets the AoE Shadow Word thing, it becomes really
Yep.
hard to deal with. Yeah.
Yep. Warlock is still an insanely strong hero right now.
Dude, if he gets off a Fatal Bonds into AoE Shadow Word on all 5 heroes, that does something like 1000 damage per hero. It's
Mhm.
really huge.
So even if you think you can survive it on your own, right? Once that happens to the rest of your team, it's ridiculously powerful. Like the most insane combo I've seen with this is Grimstroke, and then you get double fatal bonds.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's pretty nuts, and it's pretty fun. But the only issue with it is, it's they're squishy support duo without necessarily the best lockdown spells.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a silence,
But-
there's a delayed stun, but that's about it.
Yeah, but the silence is powerful depending on what you're casting it on. Like a storm, it might hurt him more than something else. It really depends on if they know how to stop the phantom from getting them.
Buck is probably the hardest hero who is hardest countered by the silence. He doesn't really build attack speed these days because he gets his attacks from the phase shift and the dream coil rapid fire thing.
Hawk, Timber Saw.
Oh yeah, Timber as well.
Timber Saw, like he drops his ult and then he's just
he can't
stuck
do
there
anything. Yeah, he
with
can't
no
do
mana, no spells, taking a crap ton of magic damage. Yeah.
Yeah, Timber's probably worse off against Rook, yeah. It's undispellable also on top of that. Can't dispel it off.
Yep. Scary stuff.
Though
Let's see
the
what else
phantom drops off if you go invis, and you are actually invis. I mean, not in the sentry or not in a dust.
Yep. Let's see what they do with it. So it looks like it's really good. Like you notice like the bans of Radiant, they pick PL, and then they immediately ban 3 heroes to protect them.
Yeah.
And Shrap deals a lot of magical damage. Probably his hardest counter by far. Phoenix is a major problem in the sense that PL is not a natural egg hitter.
Yeah.
And if like the rest of your team isn't built for it, you're going to suffer for that.
His illusions don't do damage to the egg, right?
No, nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nothing. It's just going to be PL himself, and until the very late game. Actually, even in the late game, he can't deal with the egg on his own because by then Phoenix will have the increased hits to kill the egg, and it's just too much.
He doesn't really necessarily build attack speed as well. He wants to just get stats and HP and relies on the diffuser instead.
Yep. PL looks like he attacks much faster than he does just because of his illusions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So look at this. They banned Death Prophet, they banned Storm, and they banned Zeus. Okay. I guess they're just really afraid of getting like a high damage, high impact hero in the mid lane. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
this
see.
is a hard counter to PL.
It can be played around. Like once PL gets a heart, things kind of turn, but more importantly, it's a hard counter to PL's team. Like if they're not careful, they can get wiped because the PL has like a million illusions right next to them.
There's gonna be
And then they're not
Golems in the
standing.
mix as well, probably. Warlock Golems are also gonna count towards the waves after.
It's true.
Moreover, for PL, I mean, even if it doesn't kill off the illusions, it becomes like a 4-second disable, which is strong against him. Oh, this is
What
interesting.
an interesting pickup. I'm guessing this is BB.
Visage is really good against people who want to build a blink.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
You don't want to play him as a damage dealer, you want to play him as a disabler and blink disabler. And he takes towers really fast.
it's really good against Shaman because Shaman can't run away, can't stun those things. He just dies. Oh, Razor.
Those things
Interesting.
will stun him regardless.
Yep. A Razor pick. Interesting. Makes sense though.
The Razor's static link isn't dispellable, so it's a good way to keep track of PL.
Yeah, if you can get that initial catch, which I think they might with Shaker and Centaur, it's a good way to keep track of PL. The only problem is, like, if Razor still has mana at all, PL's still going to hurt him. Because a lot of his damage isn't from the...
So there's a friend I have, an immortal friend I have. His philosophy is that if the team with...
Johnny, you're cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
I have a immortal friend, so he has his logic is that the team with more stuns generally wins. So by that logic, Dire's gonna win. They have so many stuns, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's 2 people with multiple stuns and Centaur has his own stun on top of it.
I mean, that is true.
Radiant
But I would say Radiant has a better team fight. Just because of the Warlock Rubik combo.
Yeah, Rubik, if Rubik gets to steal Centaur's ult, that's huge for them. They have mobility problems as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Visage is
But
super
this guy-
slow unless he gets ads.
Yeah. And it's good. He's still going to get killed by the Razor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this matchup plays out because like really depends if Visage is able to poke down Razor enough that if Razor dives him, he's gonna die before Visage does because there's nothing you can do to disengage from Razor's static link, right?
And all of
Like
his,
this-
the Gravekeeper cloaks will get killed off by the Razor's ult. That is gonna be.
Mhm.
That's his only method of tanking. That's gonna go.
Yeah, they're banning PL counters again. Like they're putting all their eggs into this basket. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Then they'll take their mid last. Honestly, I really don't see a point in taking your mid last if you don't have last pick.
Yeah.
I would much prefer it like if you don't have last pick, you either take it second and then ban to protect it, or fourth, because you can also ban to protect it. But more importantly, it just gives them less options to ban you, because like if there's no mid, there's like a mid laner sized hole in your draft. It's very obvious to the opponent that we need to pick something to we need to ban something to protect the picks, and it limits your hero pool a little bit. If you pick it fourth, they have 2 less bans against you, right? And you have bans immediately after, so you can still protect it if you'd like to do that. And if not, then you can just pick like a reliable mid, like a Conka, Death Prophet. I would say to a lesser extent Storm. Right.
To be
Oh,
honest,
Morphling.
Could be.
Wow.
Morph is gonna be the mid, but
Anti-mage.
Visage and Rubik are kinda decent at mid. Visage is really good against certain heroes.
Hey man, I love both drafts, man.
I favor Dryer much more. I think
Really?
Radiant is greedy. With Morph and PL both needing a lot of farm to come online.
That's
Visage
true.
also he needs his farm and is going to be taking the lane farm mostly. The riskier farm with his families.
Yeah, I can see that. The appeal I have for Dire though is basically the same thing. Like they are greedy, and it really depends on the execution of the teams and how much they're gonna give up, if anything. Because the problem is if like they end up level in lanes, Dire is gonna have a much harder time coming back into this. Though AM is probably one of the best picks they could have taken here. I fully agree with that. You know how much I love that hero. But no, but seriously though, no bias. It is really good this game. They have it's a very classic 4 protect 1 strat.
Aim
Right.
is kinda good against Morph as well. With the new not having mana, can't switch attribute issues.
Yep. He's one of the hardest morph counters, I'd say.
Yeah.
There's very little a morph can do. It's just you're slower than him, you have less mobility spells than him, and once you're out of mana, you just don't do anything. Morph mid, BB
For instance, if
offline.
he's stuck in Agi form and he doesn't have mana, he's kinda dead at the time. Can't do
Yeah.
much.
I wanna play that. They're smoking here on the Dire side. Interesting. They're gonna wrap around. Okay. Let's see if Banana sticks around here. I always tell them don't do this because if
The
yeah.
broadcasting works perfectly fine.
if Dire like decides to wrap around from this high ground, they will easily like get behind him and kill him. This is like a really bad position, but they kind of decided to smoke and stand on their high ground, which I think is a massively wasted opportunity. Wait, did they not see how? How did they not see what?
The tree.
No, but
The tree is
so
okay.
that was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
massive. Like, oh man, Banana, what did you do? And he didn't even buy a second set of tangos. I don't think this is ever good. Like, you have 90 gold, just buy it, dude. Like, what are you saving for exactly? So anyway, let's see. Centaur rushing his Vanguard. I mean, it's a perfect item against PL. Against PL, I would say you just max your double edge. Like, you max your retaliate, then you max your double edge. Completely skip on hoof stomp. And just, like, run him down, man. Just run him down.
Don't let him lane
Then-
at all. Can't lane.
Yeah, but, like, once you get your Vanguard, like, this PL shouldn't have a game. Right, but they... Oh, they put... Who did they put?
This is interesting. Shaman is helping out mid.
This is a bit early for this. Oh, they
No,
just...
no, yes, ward.
She just planted a ward.
It was visible.
I think that could have been done earlier. Like, I don't like that you left the AM alone for that amount of time.
I think Dyer could see that he planted a ward there. I think.
Yeah. This is a good static link. Razor should break it and focus on his... Yep. A bit slower than I would have liked, but still quite good. He recognizes, okay, I'm missing a lot of creeps. And he needs to start securing some, right?
That's a lot of ward commits for mid. It's 2 wards for Dyer in mid.
What are the other lanes? Bias, low on health. Equity is there. Okay. I mean, overall, bottom lane should be very favored for Dire. I expect mid to go about even unless this Morphling is really good, and then he's just gonna crush Razor eventually. As for top, it looks like, I'd say overall the laning stage, everybody's about an equal footing. PL has a bit more, the PL's getting more last hits on their tower though, which is unfortunate. Earthshaker pulled the creep wave. Okay, this is good for Radiant, by the way. Like, PL didn't miss any camps. Centaur kinda missed some XP here down bot. And yeah. It's looking slightly better for Joe. It's looking slightly better for Radiant than I expected it to. So that's really quite good for them, right? Because you said if they come out even in the laning stage, and they don't get too marred by the 15-20 minutes, it looks good for them. They have greedy heroes for sure, but if they don't ever get punished for that greed, it's fine. And it looks like their lanes aren't collapsing. So
Missing a lot of last hits, by the way.
Well, it's the pain.
Not missing, it's more like not being allowed to take last hits.
Yeah. As soon as Centaur gets his Vanguard. Oh yeah, honestly, I might have considered switching it up to a HUD at this point. Like, most of the damage he's taking is from Warlock's Shadow Word. It's quite painful, and we'll see what he does. The fact that he doesn't have the Ring of Health at this point is kind of painful. And device skills, Antiquity top. Very nice.
Skip the gauntlets on honestly, he doesn't need the gauntlets.
I'm sorry, Drona, what?
Centaur didn't need to buy so many stat items. I think he could have tried to go earlier for the ring.
Yeah, or just gotten more last hits of the stat items.
Yeah.
The option would have been fine. But yeah. Like, typically when you buy like laning items like this, you expect that it will pay off in terms of winning the lane. And at this point, winning the lane is getting more last hits, right? Getting that first crucial item that you need to turn the tide of the lane in your favor. Especially like if it's a Ring of Health, it's a massive deal. Like what time you get it, because it essentially gives you free regen, right? Like the later you get it, the less regen you get, and the more damage they deal, and the more tangos you might have to buy. It just adds up a lot, especially with the Ring of Health, more than any other item in the lane at least. Oh no, Akademonium's dead. That's not how this lane is supposed to go. So things are not looking great for Dire
At all.
at the moment.
I was expecting Dyer to be winning the lanes, I think, at the very least. They have stronger lanes, I think.
Yes, especially in the bottom lane. Like this PL Warlock has no business getting a kill ever. Earthshaker's rotating. Morph has no points in waveform, dude. Oh my god. If they only knew that. If they only knew that would be big. And I really think you need it against the Razor, man.
I mean, Razor's decimating Morph in mid, that's happening.
Yeah, you need that. You need that at least 1 point, right? Just so you can get away.
Breaking the static link is super important. I don't really care about the extra point in the stun and the damage spell.
Yeah. right?
God,
Like here, he would have already broken it.
Yeah.
He said he gives up like most of his damage, half his damage.
That means
Right.
he's stuck at 40 damage and is not going to be able to last it at 40.
And that means he basically can't contest last hits unless Razor screws up massively. Top is struggling. Baya got the Wraith Band, which I don't think was the right call.
He's got his ring now.
Yeah, okay, Ring of Health is fine. But I think the Wraith Band was a bit unnecessary. But anyway, that was a good pull by the Shaman at least. Shaman, back up, man. Okay. So this is something I've been meaning to talk about for a while. Like, a big part of winning lanes as a support or as a carry in these kinds. He can. He doesn't have any points in counter spot. Okay. A big part of like winning the trades here in the side lanes is just being aware of where all the heroes are. Right? Like if the Shaman is out here and the AM is all the way up here, they have no business. He has no business wanting to trade. Like that's when he's like, oh shit, I'm alone. I have to back up all the way here until AM finally comes into position. Right? It doesn't even matter what your hero is. I mean, it will make it easier or harder. They're doing a word trade there, but anyway, doesn't matter if it's like the hero is stronger or weaker. Like what's more important that you're actually there together. It's only like when you get to the highest levels where people consistently like back up at the right times and become aggressive at the right times that this matters. AM's also missing the last hits here, but we're really focusing too much on Razor's making an aggressive mid a move on this Morphin. Problem against Morph is even if you steal all of his damage, you basically never kill him. This is something you have to be aware of as a Razor. Like at most, like you can secure a good lane for yourself and maybe kill him at level 1 if he screws up enough, right? But as the game progresses, Vice should die here.
I mean, do you mean because he's gonna switch attributes and survive on the HP, or do you mean because of
Oh my god.
Yeah, Vice is dead.
Vice is, but this is amazing space. This is terrible for Dire right
Oh
now.
yeah. AM's missed
Absolutely
2 waves.
terrible. Like they take the tower for it. AM's running around for like 45 seconds without doing anything. Shaman doesn't have mana for a spell. He's
Shaman's
dead.
dead. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, one W.
Oh, he's not sending the. He's sending the wrong units there. Oh, but he's dead. He's dead anyway. Yeah, AM kind of left him high and dry. This is like an absolute disaster for the Dire team at the moment. PL is almost twice the farm of this AM. This early on, and he's going straight for the diffusal bait. This is exactly what you want to see, right?
PL's probably the only
They're
hero
not-
who's gonna get the 50 at 10 thing.
Yep.
No other hero is gonna get that.
Like
PL
he's
also
never
has-
gonna win a lane with Wraith Bands. Like he's going to have to get a diffusal blade to even have a chance at this lane. It's still not gonna be amazing, but if he gets a diffusal before the AM gets a Battle Fury, it's really bad for the AM because then he can't do anything. Oh, they're gonna die him. This is a great move by Dire. Okay. Very much needed. Cabbage, please eat a tango, dude. Yeah, eat a tango. Eat a tango. Okay. Okay. I'll accept that. Antiquity might die here. This is a problem, right? Shaman can't do shit.
Yeah.
Like he just
None of
sends
his
his
stuff matter.
he just sends his birds at them, and Shaman just has to keep running away. Like he just gets zoned out for no commitment. Hi, bad daddy.
Hey, Papa.
You're missing the reunion. Come watch.
But I played the last one. Been a little sick and so tired of work actually. But I played the last one, which Kexam holded up. We missed you there.
Oh, I wasn't aware there was one. Anyway, it's quite good, you know. You've seen all of your friends grow up now.
True. Ooh, Visage.
Yeah, BB. I had to ban BB from going mid. He's a sick mid player. One trick pony.
Oh.
Two trick pony.
Okay.
But yeah.
Visage
You
can
might
get
finally
up.
get him.
He's gonna get
But
him. He's gonna
Vice is fine. You see that resummon, man? Did you just...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Antiquity's dead. Oh no. This is really good. This is really sick play by BB. Oh my god.
Yeah,
He's not even gonna die, dude. Oh my god.
If they dive
That's
him,
amazing.
if they dive him, he's gonna die. I mean, if Earthshaker dives, Earthshaker is gonna die.
Yes, yes, absolutely. They have no more catch to like close the gap on him. This like BB's just playing with them, man. This is disgusting to watch. I feel like I have to wash my hands after watching that. It's dirty, dirty. And yeah, this Warlock's doing an amazing job at like zoning out Cabbage Monster. Poor guy, taking so much damage. AM is on his way to a Battle Fury, but like he got boots. Okay, so like the itemization here, not the best. Like as an AM, you really need to know what exactly you need, and you get boots if you're wanting to like run down the opponent mid and beat them in lane. But this is not one of those lanes. Like he's already lost this lane. They've already taken his tower. Right,
Yeah.
BB's happily farming towards his Ags. Yeah.
Oh, I like what Vice is doing.
Morph is recovered, by the way, somewhat. I think like Radiant is kinda super in favor of this one.
Oh, this is
That is good.
dude. I swear, like the mids rotations this game have been amazing. It's like actually keeping them in this game right now. If this wasn't happening, the PL would spiral way out of control, and this AM had no chance. Like AM versus PL is completely like skill based, and I think AM has to buy a BKB this game, just for that. Don't block your mid, man. But Radiant is taking the early towers, and with this amount of greed, and they're losing tower, and they're taking towers. It's like, what more can you say, man?
Nice wand usage, dude. Good shit. He can actually turn around and kill the Earthshaker right now.
Nah. Wait, how are you watching it?
I am watching it. Oh, wait! I'm watching it behind. I gotta watch the stream.
Yeah, just watch my stream. I was wondering, like, what are you talking about, dude?
Earthshaker is kinda in his own base at this point. Yeah.
Cabbage should be fine here. He
Yeah.
could ult if he wanted to, but he doesn't even feel threatened, honestly. So.
ParADisE, don't you think Wizard should be playing mid right now and taking the tower?
Oh, they already took.
Oh, I just tuned in to the real time.
I see. Yeah, I mean the Visage is like playing really well, playing in the hard parts of the map, making a crap ton of space, and his stuns, man, it's just tripping Cabbage up. What's he gonna do? He's getting caught every single time. Rubik could have, the most annoying thing as an AM versus Rubik, when you blink on the Rubik will steal your blink.
Blink. Yeah.
And blink away. Like a good Rubik does that basically on instinct. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
blink. And then you blink after, and then he blinks away again. And it's just like a really annoying cat and mouse game.
I
But
saw
yeah.
that with the Ember Spirit thing, where Ember Spirit would Remnant onto Rubik and then he steals the Remnant. They just keep chasing after each other on Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yeah. Because the animations are a bit slower compared to something like Void Spirit, who can just ult then Resonant Pulse.
Yeah.
Stop hitting, this Visage should never be hitting the center. I swear, like unless he's the last person alive, it's not worth it. Like, your illusion, your summons will basically never hurt him.
Yeah. Usage will fall off so after 25-30.
He's
Well,
kinda
a
decent
mid
at least.
Visage will, but an offlane less is expected, and he can always go for aura items.
No?
So
Pipe AC stuff, right?
yeah, exactly. And or Solar Crest, it's amazing
Solar-
right now. Solar Crest is amazing right now.
Yeah.
Cabbage
So,
is doing a great job holding them off, by the way.
Yes, Cabbage is like the wall that's like defending him. It's like, he's the freaking Night's Watch, man. He's the Night's Watch, like holding the White Walkers at bay right now. Let's see. Razor has his Yols, I presume. Yeah, Razor has his Yols. It's a bit late, but considering what he's been having to do and the weight on his shoulders, I think it's okay. they forced the Warlock ult, right? And so this is big because now you have an opportunity to take a fight
Oh.
at least.
Why they use so don't PSs just go S and Y directly these days?
Well, the nice thing about Yules is it does a lot of things. Right? It's the ultimate Swiss arm. Oh no, the morph dodge.
Oh, no, he didn't. The Razor used the
Razor. The Razor
Yeah.
dog shit for morph.
Yeah.
The Razor hasn't been able to suck. Okay, that's very unfortunate. But
Visage might
I don't
die here
think-
with one.
he definitely is that. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Oh, Banana comes in. He's already got the. Yeah, he's got a diffusal. He's already building towards his heart. This is like an insanely early timing. I'm sure the opponents are going to be so surprised when they see this come out, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna predict that there's gonna be a Earthshaker ult with Morph Illusions, Warlock Golems, and Visage families inside.
Did I lag out?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is one thing I forgot to mention. Like it's there are so many summons. It's crazy.
But is the hard crush good? I don't know. I think Cardi 8 would be better, or even SNY, if not Monta,
On
Yes.
who? PL?
on PL.
I would generally prefer SNY Heart.
Yeah.
Heart directly like this is kind of weird.
He will land
Um,
damage in the mid game.
Yeah, you need that Yasha at least,
Yeah.
or your hit illusions just don't hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Does
Razor
Monta
is
dispel the link?
Hmm?
Does the Monta dispel
no,
the
nothing
link?
dispels Link except
is-
getting
yeah.
out of range.
Undispellable.
Okay.
BKB, nothing works.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to break the range. Oh, that's that was a bit of an awkward link. Like an experienced Razor player will know that once they link at that distance, they have to run straight for them. Right?
Yeah.
Cabbage can ult. Yeah, good. Okay, this is
Nice.
great. They forced a massive overreaction and that. They should have cancelled some of these TPs, by the way, but that was great. That was great. They forced a massive overreaction from Radiant, and they're still making space for this AM. Really nice stuff.
Will there be a second lobby ParADisE?
If these guys are down for it, I'm willing to host another one.
Nice.
I guess this is the second lobby, right? There was a lobby before this as well.
Was there?
I
I
thought
didn't
20,
see- Oh, no.
20 people came, right?
I
Well,
don't-
no, there were two simultaneous lobbies. Because we had like 20 people, 20 plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some great numbers.
Man, we've come a long way from me begging you guys to sign up. Because I
Oh,
wanted
come on,
five.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down to play after this game as well, so I'm okay. If you guys are playing, I'll be joining.
I'm down to one.
Yes. I really shouldn't be because I do have exams tomorrow. But how can I pass up this opportunity? Oh, but there's no follow up though. That's
Yeah.
the problem. But that was a pretty juicy ult, especially considering there was no creep wave. But Centaur has no way to disengage. He's completely abandoned his Razor. Okay, they dropped the golem. I think they could actually Roche. Like if if
Do they have crest?
got the Solar Crest, or
Oh,
even
yeah.
just a medallion, they could have just gone straight into
Yeah.
Roche.
Yeah.
But oh well, they decided on a tier 2 tower. I think that's a fine choice too. Dire is responding appropriately to like a really bad fight. They're already splitting the map. You see, this is like really good stuff on both teams.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they don't have enough to stop this push. But they're at least trading tier 1s and some damage on the tier 2. So it's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Ice Fraud TPing here is a massive mistake, by the way. Because look what happened. He TPs in and he hides. Because he knows if AM actually is around here, he's fucked. So he has to
Yeah.
hide. So
Yeah.
maybe don't TP there if all you're gonna do is hide anyway. Right? Okay, so that was a good fight for Radiant, right? Definitely they have a slight advantage. But all the good stuff that Dire did in response to losing that fight has basically leveled it out. Like you see the net worth advantage, it's actually slightly in Dire's favor. So
Yeah.
oh, this is a cool smoke. Oh, they're gonna catch Vice.
Nice. Easy death. Good
Easy
shot.
death.
The kill steal.
The problem is it doesn't translate to anything because they killed them. on their side of the map and it was in the core. But you know, just take it, right? Just take it. Like
It helps the morale actually. I think it really helps the morale. Oh, we made a successful smoke, and then it helps the mentality of the team.
yeah, I was really happy. Like that smoke was crisp and clean
Yeah.
as a whistle, man.
Kinda get the
Uh,
feeling that you can kill the heroes if you're together. So, yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
where the moral comes from.
Oh, PL got the. Wait, did they only get that now? Okay.
17 minutes, no one was hit. Oh,
Yeah,
he's going aggressive. Let's go.
Oh, Scabbard screwed
nice.
up. He screwed up the blink. He cocked it up, man.
Nice disengage for him. Nice disengage.
They're
Oof,
trying
nah.
for it. Oh, but I
Oh, that guy's dead. Yeah, he's super dead.
if Radiant decided to fight here, like that is a massive mistake. Like, they already have a high ground, Anakin. Give it up,
Yeah.
and also you know they did just lose their biggest team fighter, which is kind of I think that's the best part about Warlock is you pick a pause 5 and he instantly once his cooldowns are up, he instantly becomes the best team fighter and basically makes any team
Yeah.
a team fighting team.
Yeah. Nice,
Fighting,
man.
so this is gonna be a tower for them.
I think they should back up right now. Like,
Yeah. Come on.
Will they catch it?
Nice pressure.
Oh
dude.
god, nice
pressure.
pressure. That was nice.
At the very edge. If Warlock uses ult here, then Radiant would lose the fight.
Oh, BM pause, BM pause. I'm just kidding.
Is it though?
Cabbage GC. It was funny though. BB is the one that paused. That wasn't even dire. Good guy,
Last-
BB. Good guy.
Last game we played, Cabbage is in my team, and he's got a lot of knowledge about the game. It's really cool with him. Like he knows what to do, and he's always thinking actively about the game. Like, oh, this happened, now we should do this. Now we should do this. So all those ideas on the player really help.
Mhm.
He's very vocal about what we should do. It's really nice. Really
So
like
playing with
that.
me basically every day for like a month will do it.
No wonder. You pick up so much. Like I started playing with Immortals for a while, and I've learned like so much, man. Like when I used to play with you guys, even though I used to play support with you guys, and I'm actually a mid main, I still picked up a lot. Like the map movements and stuff, I picked up a lot there. And then I started playing in this like other server with like a friends of friends, and these guys are all very very high level people. And so the way they move around the maps, the way they keep on timings, item choices, and everything, like, really helped me out. They never coached me directly, but then you start picking up these things if you keep playing with them.
Yep.
A lot of movement.
Yep. Absolutely. And just even just keeping you up with the pace of the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're probably going to be the worst member of the team regardless, but
Mhm.
you're still going to learn so much because being the worst member of like a good team is still better
Yeah.
than the best member of a crap team because you have so much to learn. And you're always pushing yourself because like you don't want to embarrass yourself like that, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna do your damn hardest to get better but you don't have any excuses. Like Dota doesn't have like special physical talents or anything. It's just knowledge and practice and more knowledge and
Yeah.
building it up over time.
To be honest, consistently playing in a team whose average skill level is lower than yours is gonna be a big deal. Is kinda detrimental to you because you kinda start picking up bad habits.
Yeah.
Like
That's true, yeah.
Invis heroes, for instance, do really well in low tiers and start playing them, which don't do well in high tiers. You get seen and you die immediately. And people do sentry and dust in higher tiers.
Not even just that. It's like being extra greedy in a lower tier because you know you're not gonna get punished, and then you try that shit in high tier and you're like, oh no, I got killed. Oh no, I got killed again. What is happening? And then those 2 or 3 deaths
They add up.
adds up to a lot.
Yeah.
And if there's a snowballing hero who's got his snowball off, then tiers don't matter as much. Hero who's had a really good game for the last 30 minutes, it's difficult to counter and catch up to that guy.
But that's the thing, right? Like if you're in a high MMR stack, these people know. Like I mean, I would play with these guys and they would tell me going into the game that dude, this is your lane matchup and this is how we're gonna help and shut this guy down. Suppose you play against a cop, you don't want him to snowball if she's in a favorable lane. So they're like, okay, I'll come for the 4-minute rune rotation, we'll kill her off, and we kill this hero 2 times before 10 minutes in lane, and her game is over. So that's how they would set up before the game even began. Like they had such a good read of the game. That's yeah. Like we play against a Medusa Alchemist, they're like, oh, I'll go put sentries on their camps, and then they can't farm, they can't start, they can't farm. Simple. So many little things they were just stuck by me by now. Actually, that's what I've improved as a player.
Happening with these DCs, man. Oh well. What did they buff Heart of Duras? I don't know.
It's the Nigma versus. They buff Satanic. I don't think they buff Heart of Duras. They buff Satanic by adding a dispel to it.
Oh, that was a big buff, by the way.
Yeah, no buffs too hard.
It completely negates the need for building Manta on some heroes.
Mm-hmm. And it enables you to get S and Y.
Yeah,
heroes.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so just the spell. Yeah.
For instance, PA does not, other than BKB, PA doesn't really build any other dispels. It just gives her another dispel additionally.
Yep. Alright, everybody.
Yeah, let's go. Swap the Nigma versus Secret remake.
They're asking each other if it's G and Radiant was unpausing unilaterally, but okay. Anyway. Oh, by the way, this is something on Earthshaker. You notice it's 22 minutes and Earthshaker still doesn't have his Blink Dagger. Well, there are two reasons for that. One, he has not played for himself at all this game. And he has died more times than is probably necessary. 3 deaths. Right. Secondly, I think it's the decision to buy these Tranquil Boots. Like, you usually get Tranquil Boots on Shaker if you're actually doing a lot. And so every second that you're not on the map and going back to Fountain for heals is going to matter. But when you're like, if you're useless, you feel like a useless Earthshaker, you can't really get that many kills, you're not having that much impact in fights. It's better to just go Brown Boots straight Blink Dagger. Because the Tranquils is like, how much is it? 925, so 425 gold. That's pretty significant. Yeah. And additionally, with a Shaker, they should definitely have given him some waves to farm. Or you should have, or in a pub, you should ask for your own waves. Like, hey, can I farm this 1 or 2 camps? Right?
Yeah.
Hell, if you're really that desperate, you could even consider like stacking 1 camp like 4 times, and then just echo slamming it.
Because without his blink is kinda meh. It's such a big enabling item for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment he gets it, he basically becomes another core because the impact of his ult is like so big. AM's going for bots. I'm really not a fan of bots on AM.
Yeah,
I feel like you can cut across the map fast enough on your own, and the movement speed bonus isn't that helpful.
I completely agree. Like AM is one hero I would never go bots on. Instead, the agent side should be building 1 bots to counter the AM and his movements across the map.
Yep. This game, the problem is this game, none of them are natural. None of the heroes that will hunt AM are natural bots builders. Like Morph can, but he TPs into the lane and I was like, thanks for coming to me, bitch. And then goes kill. They run into each other. He dodged it. Oh my god, dude! Where is it start? Oh my god, dude, this initiation.
Let's go!
No, but Baya has no TP.
No TP.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Dude, that was a really sick setup, man. That was a really sick setup. But ended up not mattering. Maybe that's what he likes bots. He might forget to buy TPs and this moment will haunt him forever. I don't know. Are you trying for Roche? Again, this would be so much easier had Visage gotten a Solar Crest. It's a natural item for him to be building. It gives him move speed, right? Gives him extra damage.
And more tower push.
And you can buff up your Morphling with there's so little reason not to get it. Heck on Visage. I can see the Vlads. It's really nice on the Morph, it's really nice on the PL. Oh, they smoked. I mean, that was cool though. I think that you see that like in pro games where like they smoke immediately after, looking for a
Yeah,
kickoff.
yeah.
The Shaker was ready,
Yeah.
or Shaker was
What a
looking to go
guy.
in, and he's like, "Oh, he had enough of that shit. Like, stop that right now."
Yeah.
He finishes them, and the movement is halted. Right?
Yeah.
He's just going for a Scotty now. Okay, I think on AM, dude. Like, if you blink as much as you should, you. Oh no, he blocked his own cap. No, AM, no. He blocked his own.
Oh wait.
cap.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
Razor was stacking it for him, then he blocked.
But I'll just reconnect to the call.
Sure.
Morph has fallen off, by the way. He's really behind in farm.
Yeah, and this is like he has 0 kills. Razor's dead, fortunately. Yeah. Okay, so this is a problem for Dire because they had an amazing setup and it kind of just turned into nothing. Thankfully, they probably will be able to have one more fight before they go high ground at least. Shaker can fissure here. It's quite annoying. Stop the creeps from approaching.
Shaker almost has Echo backup, but his Echo is level 1. That's a big problem.
Also,
Oh,
he
he's
would
level-
definitely be getting priority on tomes.
Ooh.
Unless you're going for a really aggressive push lineup. Oh, but look at this! AM's already cutting the mid wave. This is so cool watching these guys do this. Cabbage is shoving up out top. Problem is they have a catapult. If this catapult were dead, this would be completely different. But they can't stop it. They have to fight. Okay, they know they're TPing back.
How will they though? It's hard.
Oh!
It's a good
Oh, that was beautiful, dude.
Great Echo.
He's blinking on the BTJW. He can open.
Nice.
Oh no, the Gravekeeper's kept him alive. Rubik is Morphling is completely useless right now with no HP. Cabbage is getting destroyed. Nobody's helping him. AM, don't body block your
Oh,
centaur.
Razor's blocked himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
He can
Razor-
phase boots through that, by the way. You can phase boots through that. No.
Oh, I didn't-
They count as units. They count as. You can phase boots right through
Yeah, you
that.
can face boost with him.
oh
my
shit.
God. I'll let them know at the end of the game.
But honestly, this fight went way better than I thought it would have because of that amazing stuff.
Yeah, the Echo was really good.
Yes. But I don't know, it feels like they get that 1 or 2 big stuns and then just not doing anything after.
They're all going on different targets. They need to be more, you know.
Yeah, like, I think the Visage lived. Honestly, he's not even important enough to kill.
He's not.
Like, he's not.
If you kill his birds, then he's useless. Honestly, like we don't care about him.
Not at all. Okay, this is an interesting smoke. Problem is, they've got nobody on that side, but maybe a warlock, and this
Maybe.
just isn't worth it.
What do you think about that?
Razor is just AFK in the base right
It's
now.
obvious that they've smoked
He's not-
considering that the lane is pushing in mid.
If
Like-
Razor shows, it might not be that, but yeah, it's a failed smoke. Like, the entire enemy team is on the opposite side, so like, there's nothing to catch, right? Even if it weren't obvious at all. But it's hard, right? Sometimes you feel like you have to do this, and I think
Yeah.
definitely that call was a decent call. It's just,
Yeah.
no, they got unlucky in reading the situation.
I think they'll trade a tier 2 for a tier 2, hopefully, if they choose.
Yeah, they can trade tier 2 for tier 2, but what they're trading really here is it's going to be a tier 2 versus them realistically threatening the Radiant realistically threatening the tier
Absolutely.
3 versus Dire not killing a tier 2.
Yeah.
That's the difference because the Morphling, the Visage, the PL isn't a great tower hitter, but Dire doesn't have a great tower hitter either.
The Warlock
Never
thing
thought
was so
people played
solid, man.
morphing guitar rapid. Oh, what?
Oh my! He just ultied for the damage, dude. Yeah, like they're calling Radiant's Dire's bluff right now. Like Dire's like split pushing and TP back, and they're like, we don't care, you TP back, right?
They
And
can
then
do
they're
that?
like, nah, you TP. They caught them in the
Yeah,
back.
the game is over.
Like, and then I was like, nah, you TP back. I'm gonna kill your tower. And there's like, and then Dire,
Aegis, right?
they still have Aegis. This is why. Like,
Nah, this is
they're not.
GG.
It's over.
It's over, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
The moment Razor died, it was over mostly. because
Yeah.
AM is not there. So
AM's
Well,
not there.
Tracer game, honestly. Not the best Tracer game.
It wasn't, but he played really well, considering.
Yeah. Good call for them to go for directly T4, actually. Good shit.
Yeah, that was a really good call by them. I wonder. I want to ask who made that call,
Yeah.
because
Why delay and go for Because
I'm gonna have to have a talk with my immortal friend about the stun thing. Doesn't seem
Which
to be
stun?
working.
well, I mean, the execution matters a lot too, right?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Close fissure? Oh shit.
What
Alright,
GG,
GG,
was
yes.
saying was correct.
Well played,
They were
well played.
focusing on different targets and not focusing on the same target. That was the biggest issue.
Yep,
It's hard though, no? When you don't play as a team. I mean, these guys play, they're all really good individual players, but then that usually comes from a team thing. And also, like, equal knowledge about the game, honestly. That's also.
Yep. I love
Well
it though.
played.
Tier 3 lobbies are so much fun to watch.
These
Anyway,
guys play so well. Yeah.
let's hop on over to main lobby too,
Yep.
guys.
Cool.
So,
Let's go.
Leho.
how was it? How was it?
Fine.
Can I ask who made that last minute call? Like when Dire was pushing the tier 3 and then you guys decided to just go end the game. Who decided to do that?
Everyone.
Everyone.
One, yeah.
Nice.
Little,
End it.
what's one little AM gonna do to us?
It's not gonna defend.
Exactly. I was impressed that you guys had the discipline to know, okay, AM's not gonna take that tower anytime soon, so yeah, quite
Because
impressive.
they don't have Fortify, because they used it on tier 2.
Yo, do it.
Some really good awareness of cooldowns there. Yeah, you guys want to know like what the maximum net worth difference was between both teams? Like in the actual game, not in the by the end where you guys are obviously wrecking towers and getting a lot of gold. It was like 5,000 gold.
And not even 5,000.
That is
No, it's not about.
absolutely.
Not even
It was
5,000.
absolutely tiny. That's not just not bad. That's basically even.
It was-
Especially as the later the game goes.
Wasn't
It's
even
basically
5,000,
even.
man. It was like
So I will
2,000
say
max.
it just came down to team fight execution and a couple of missing teleportation scrolls. Oh, what happened to Baya? Is he gone?
Yeah, you did. I think you have to go.
Okay. Well, a couple of things. First off, Razor, just so you know, you can phase boots through shaman wards.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that play.
You can phase boots through shaman wards.
Kill him. Oh my
You can phase boots through shaman wards, yeah.
Oh,
Other thing, I just want Dire to know against PL in particular, so you need a BKB. He is physical damage, but really
Yep.
where most of his damage comes from is the mana burn in the early game. So if you don't have a BKB against PL, you're going to get all of your mana burnt. You're going to take like half or more of your health and damage, and then he's going to finish you off. Okay? This is why stuff like Jug is actually decent against PL because you have the magic immunity, you deal AoE damage and all that. So I will commend Razor. You had some really good rotations from the mid lane. I was quite happily surprised by
Hey, why you
that.
bullying me, man? Jesus.
You were bullying the PL. And the PL
Yanked
had
me
a good
twice.
the PL had a good adjustment where he went diffusal blade. I am confused why you went heart instead of SNY first.
Who, me?
The heart.
The PL.
Oh,
I just
okay,
want the
okay.
heart so that I can regen fast.
Okay, dude, the problem with just going straight heart, okay, is typically you're gonna run out of damage. Usually you want that Yasha, and then the heart will end up like giving you more regen because you have your natural HP regen, right? It's not gonna give as much regen as heart, but it will let you sustain until you get the heart because you have your natural HP regen, and then the Sanj will protect you. Additionally, it helps you against Shaman. It helps you against Earthshaker. Why? Earthshaker has a beat to him, right? Like Blink, Echo, 1, 2. stun, 1, 2, fissure, 1, 2, hit or whatever. But there's like a tempo to that. When you have a Sanj, it's very important because like he is expecting that he has blank amount of milliseconds before he can cast his next spell, and you will still be stunned. With a Sanj, it will give you that little bit of time to actually get your spells off. Same thing with a Shaman. Like if they're not that attentive, or at the very, it gives you that little gap where you can escape. In your case, that's probably W, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this game, Yasha Sanj, very important. I feel like if you don't get the Yasha, you don't farm fast at all, and you don't deal any damage.
Mm.
Okay, so just keep that in mind. I think Heart
Yeah,
is
but
okay if you're worried that they're all focusing you and your only job is to not die. But in every
I
other
mean,
scenario, SNY would be
Consider Hood of Defiance as well.
I was just gonna buy 2 Ayascadi as well for the Earthshaker.
yeah. SNY would have been for me. I would have taken SNY. If I had gotten Heart first, I would have gotten SNY immediately after.
Yeah, okay.
It will give you more regen and tankiness than Scotty will for Earthshaker and Shaman. Okay,
Okay.
another thing I noticed, like the general theme was, your entire team, like AM was split pushing, and you guys were quite good at splitting the map after your last fight. But you have to make sure you have TPs.
Wait, they
There
didn't
were
have TPs?
like multiple times, like I saw, like it was a 4v5, and then like the AM didn't have a TP, and it was like absolutely disastrous. If your plan is to split push, you need to be able to have a way to get back. Because remember, the end game of a split push is to force the enemies, 1 or 2 enemies to TP out. You catch the remaining enemies, and then you fight there. Right? But the problem is if they force one person to TP back, and it's like a support or whatever, and then basically they're fighting without the support. Your team is fighting without the carry. Right? It's just a complete disconnect in that way. So just keep that in mind. Another thing about this game, I felt like I don't know, like Dire had a lot, like should have in theory a lot of damage, right? Like you have an Earthshaker against like 3 summon heroes, and then you have a Shaman, which is decent damage, and Centaur, not the highest damage, but okay. But I think basically what happened is because the AM was missing in a lot of the fights, and you guys took fights without AM, so that goes both ways, right? Like the blame there. You guys didn't have any way to finish anyone off. Also, like there were a lot of targets that got away on low HP because there was no coordination when you went on somebody. Like the echoes were well timed, like almost always, but immediately after nothing happened. And so somebody was able to limp away on half HP, and then when they come back, you guys are just completely dead because your ultimates are gone. And the only way you ever won your fights were with like big echo slams, big hoof stomps, and then stampedes for the team to close in. So target prioritization and team fight coordination needs to be improved because you guys should have enough damage to kill them, and for some reason they just weren't. Cabbage, I would consider just the hood straight up. Like, what was hurting you in the PL lane?
Yeah, they kept chipping me around his stupid warlock bollocks thing.
Exactly. So what kind of damage is that to?
Oh
my god.
Right? Because then the problem is you went for the Vanguard, and then you went for a hood. Right? That's like 2 extremely high cost regen items. And so your blink comes in so late.
Yeah.
I think generally I will advise one or the other, and then you match your timings from there. I think a big problem was that I think bot lane should have won.
Yeah.
And then it just went about even. And the only time it became not so even was when Razor came in twice, right?
Yeah.
But like theoretically that should have been a 1 lane with just 2 heroes. So what I'll say about that is you guys were focusing different heroes. I would see Cabbage hitting PL, I would see Earthshaker kind of just hitting Warlock, right? But there's not a coordinated effort there. I guess you guys are still new to each other, so
Yeah.
I think it's Aquademonium's first game in DFZ. Or yeah, I think this is his first actual game. So it's I guess
Practice.
yeah, what I expected. Also one more thing. Um, you guys should have given a bigger priority on ES getting his blink. Like you saw, right? This game, like he clearly delivered on his echo slabs. But by that time, like his ultis were not as devastating as they could have been. He didn't even get level 12 by the time they were pushing your high ground. Right?
Yeah.
So the Shaker's farm has to be prioritized by the team, and the Shaker has to prioritize his own farm and ask, "Hey, can I have this stuff? I almost have Blink Dagger." Like Shaker got his Blink at like 22 minutes or something, which is
21 and a
ridiculously
half.
late. 21 minutes.
Yeah, 21 and a half.
Okay, nice.
It was a long time.
No, actually, I'm checking it now. 23 minutes.
23 minutes, yeah.
23
Yeah,
minutes.
it is a long time.
It was like a super poor Earthshaker. So like you need to prioritize that. Earthshaker is a greedy fort because he needs farm. But once he gets his blink, he becomes basically another initiator, another offlaner for your team. So it's important that you prioritize that and recognize that
Also, you can just buy clarities instead of magic wand.
magic stick was fine. He got a stick.
No, I got one later.
He got
I
one
wasn't
much
spamming
later.
everything on my skills.
No, he got a stick, and I think that's fine. Tranquils, I'm not sure if it was necessary. Like usually, you get tranquils if you're walking around the map so much and you're doing so much with your team to the point that it's worth it for you to spend that extra bit of gold so you can continue ganking, you can continue stunning, you can continue being a pain in the ass for the opponent's team. If you feel useless, if you feel like there's nowhere for you to go, just get your brown boots.
Okay.
You can't farm anything. I was saying this with the casters, quote unquote casters. Like just stack camp 4 times and then blink and then walk in and echo slam it. Just get your blink dagger.
Okay.
More often than not, like when Razor was rotating, you should have been the one taking mid.
Yeah,
Just ask him,
was
hey, can I
actually,
go mid?
yeah, I was actually taking for some time and then I just went off slowly, waddling around.
Yeah, it's okay if you ward every so often, especially if there's no camps for you to farm. But you do need to get your farm way faster than this. This is like too slow for it to be very helpful. So I think that's basically the theme for that. And then with Radiant, basically you guys weren't supposed to win your lanes. Not like this. I think top and bot should have gone much worse for you. And because it didn't, and you guys came out about equal, you have a very greedy lineup. You have a farm heavy off lane that can't initiate. You have a farm heavy mid laner that can't really initiate, and you have a farm heavy safe laner that can't really initiate. So it was a very greedy draft from you guys, and basically I think most of the fights were started by Warlock Golem, which is a weird way to start a fight, but you guys made it work.
You also kind
So
of rely more on
OG
the
hero.
counter initiation.
yeah, he's normally a counter initiator,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But,
how you won most fights.
but you know
I
it's
mean, you guys
you-
keep
you
banning
made it to
PB
hurt.
heroes, man.
yeah. So
And you
that
banned
was
all of
basically
the mid heroes.
well. In that case, if you're worried about getting your hero banned, oh yeah, by the way, if you don't have last pick, Radiant didn't. I was saying you want to pick your you want to pick it at the 4th pick.
We did, yeah.
You picked
PL.
wait, you picked PL at the 4th. No, you picked PL 2nd pick.
Yeah.
A second pick for you
okay.
guys. I mean, get Morphling at the 4th pick and then leave a support or your offlaner for the final pick. Because you're not gonna be able to counter pick their mid anyway. Why are you delaying their mid pick so much? If you pick him on 4, I forgot the exact number, but the 4th pick on your team, you go immediately into bans, and then you can ban 2 heroes to protect your morph. Alright?
Yeah.
So if you're worried about the hero's role getting banned out, you can do that. You pick him earlier and then you just ban as you can. Right? If you delay the pick too much and you give it to a person who doesn't have that wide a hero pool, you're gonna end up getting screwing yourself because he's either gonna play something he can't play, or he's gonna pick something really bad. When the original intent of like picking later is that you can counter, right? And then you still pick yourself into a counter of the opponent's team. That's how you know you've been outdrafted. Okay. Morphling going magic damage, I think it's fine. PL was the physical. I will say though, you guys would probably be countered pretty hard by BKBs.
Yeah, I know.
They just didn't come out in time on any of the heroes. None of them got a BKB in time. But yeah, generally, I would say that. Ice Fraud, I think you did really well this lane. You fucked Cabbage up, man. You fucked Cabbage up, and I was so surprised that was happening.
Cabbage. Cabbage for dodging that ball and ball.
Yeah, and Vice also was like really good.
Cabbage,
all of you guys
Cabbage brain dodged
really
that.
good.
Vice was like really good at pressuring, solo killing Antiquity. It happens, you know. Oh, by the way, one more thing, guys. The key to winning side lanes, okay, is knowing where your carry is and where your opponent's enemy's heroes are. Right? If you are, like, I'm just gonna do a paint. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna post another lobby now. If you guys are still interested.
Let's go.
I am gonna have to drop out. Sorry.
What, Rona?
Yeah, I've got to go and eat.
I feel betrayed, Rona.